What is up, everybody? This is SpaceChief. Today is Saturday, the 8th of August, 2011. I wanted to create a quick little episode with just me in it. I said I'd do some things like this where we'd have short episodes of potentially just one person from the group of us. Quick little talking points, quick little breaking news things. So this is going to be the first of those. It's just me tonight, like I said. I wanted to go ahead and I ran across an article very, very late last night from Kotaku. And as a lot of you know, especially if you listened to the first episode, we went somewhat in depth on the whole issue going on right now between Modern Warfare 3 and Battlefield 3, which is honestly, I think, two of, if not the biggest shooter markets on the PC platform, if not overall. Battlefield's probably more PC oriented just because of Battlefield started for the PC, and they finally made a console port, and it did fairly well. Bad Company sold very well. Bad Company 2 sold even better. There's still a big following for that, and you know it's a nice franchise. I honestly don't have any complaints about it. I like the Battlefield franchise. I like Modern Warfare better for the sole purpose of I like my combat a little bit closer together. I like it very, very fast-paced, a little less complicated with the vehicles and knowing how to counter vehicles the right way. And I like Battlefield. I loved Bad Company 2. I played it quite a bit. But I'm more of a Modern Warfare 3 fan. That's not why I'm making this episode by myself, though. My reason for making this is this article that I came across that says that, according to a press release by Electronic Arts, as of earlier this weekend, Battlefield 3 is not going to be available for digital distribution on the Steam platform, like all the previous Battlefield games have been up until now. Well, the reasoning behind it, and I'm going to quote this directly from what the EA spokesperson said in the press release, Battlefield 3 will not be available on Steam as the service restricts our availability to directly support players. The service limits our ability to deliver patches and downloadable content directly to players. No other download service has adopted these practices. At EA, supporting our players is top priority, and we are happy to partner with any download service that does not restrict our ability to connect directly with our own consumers. That's some complete BS. And let me tell you why. Steam, as a lot of you already know, is the largest used digital distribution platform for PC games on the market. It's extremely successful. It's extremely well put together. Valve, honestly, a lot of people consider Valve as the company that single-handedly saved PC gaming when Half-Life 2 came out, because things were getting kind of dead at that point as far as production goes for PC exclusive games. But regardless of those points, this comment made by EA is complete garbage. Steam has never given me any kind of an issue in the past, under any circumstances, and from what I understand, has never given any other developer any gripe about distributing not only their game, but content updates to the consumers that have purchased the game after the game has been released. I've never had this issue before. I've never heard of any other developer having this issue with Steam. And honestly, I think EA, because of the fact that they're trying to create their own digital distribution service called Origin, is just making a stink to try and, I don't want to say irritate Valve and the Steam group, but kind of stick it to them. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that Electronic Arts doesn't have the right or shouldn't create their own digital distribution service. It's an open market system. We live in a free economy. We live in an open economy. We live in a free market system, rather. The idea of the entire system that we've based our economy off of in the United States is that anyone who has a plan, who can fund it, and who can produce a product can sell that product for a profit. And if someone makes something similar, so long as it's not an identical copy, they can do the same thing. And the better product will usually sell better. Now, that's why I'm in no way saying that EA should not create Origin. I'm not saying that at all. Don't get me wrong. I think Origin should exist. However, there's a couple different problems that I see with EA's decision to drop Steam out of the equation here. Number one, your existing platforms have already been on Steam, and it's not really for lack of a better choice, honestly. Before Steam was around as the most popular and widely used digital distribution service on the PC market, there were still times where there was a long time, in fact, where in order to get updates for games that you've bought through retail service, whether it's a digital distribution service like Direct to Drive, or you go out to Walmart and you buy a game, or Best Buy or whatever, you would have to go to the game's website and manually download and install an executable file patch. EA's done this themselves in the past too. I remember having to update Battlefield 2 this way before the majority of the direct support for the Battlefield franchise of games, including Bad Company, was through Steam. Why can't they do this now? Why can't they have it where you can make your pick? If you don't want to link your game with Steam, you don't have to. You want to link it through a CD key that you got through a retail service, you can do that. Why is this no different than before? EA is making the statement that the service limits our ability to deliver patches and downloadable content directly to players. In what way? I have never seen any other game that has come out on the Steam marketplace have any kind of an issue putting out their content after the game is released. I've gotten Modern Warfare 2 patches on time. I've gotten Team Fortress 2 patches on time. I've gotten Bad Company 2 patches on time, including server updates where pretty much every server that I played on at the time had to be taken down for the day. What's the difference? What changed? Like, the way that they're stating this, it makes it sound like Steam is telling them, no, you're going to release patches on our terms. It's never been the case, unless I'm completely mistaken, and I have never, and I have absolutely no idea what went on between Steam and EA. I've never heard of this being an issue before for any developer under any circumstances. Usually it's just if you want to put an update out for your game, you send it to Steam, and Steam puts it out pretty much the same day after they make sure that everything's good to go on the hardware side. Bethesda did it with Fallout. EA themselves did it with Bad Company. What's going on here? The bottom line when it comes down to this stupid little battle going on between developers is this: when you have two major platforms or a major game corporation and a major developer butting heads over something stupid and something probably completely unnecessary altogether, when it comes down to it, the consumers are the ones that lose in the end. Now we're looking at having to install Origin and Steam to take up more, not only space, but have to deal with a second set of account credentials, have to deal with a completely different support system than a lot of PC gamers are used to. And on top of that, from a business standpoint, I don't know if EA thought this through all the way. You've got the livelihood of the Battlefield franchise and the resurrection of it out of retirement riding on Battlefield 3. You've put so much effort into putting this game into the highest quality of production levels a lot of people have seen in a long time, if not altogether. And you are now going to put that game, put the franchise livelihood in the hands of something untrusted, like the Origin system. something brand new that could flop miserably. That doesn't seem like a good idea to me. If you want to do Origin and you want to turn Origin into what Steam has become, do it like Steam did. Have sectional support for games that are already out or games that are coming out, where at first when Steam started, unless it was a Valve-based game like Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, Half-Life Deathmatch, Counter-Strike. I remember the day that the WGN servers for Counter-Strike went offline and I didn't know what was going on and I kind of freaked out a little bit. 1.6 years ago. I had no clue what was going on. And then I found out that it had moved to Steam. They still had partial support, and I never had an issue with it after that. I never had to worry about, oh, I'm going over to a friend's house who's never played Counter-Strike before. I want to show it to him. Oh, crap, I forgot my disc. It was just, I log into my account, I download the game, boom, there it is. You know, there were issues with Steam for quite a long time. The download limitations, the speeds, things like that are weak. EA has to have looked at this in the past and gone, okay, we should expect these kinds of issues starting out on a brand new digital distribution platform. And it doesn't seem like they've thought that all through. It seems like in the end it's just who's got the bigger stick, you know, or something, Valve or Steam said something that they don't like, or they said no to something that they wanted to do due to certain limitations, and now they just said, oh, fine, well, we'll take our stuff elsewhere. And when nobody else said that they'd handle it, because I mean they've said it right here, we are happy to partner with any download service that does not restrict our ability to connect directly with our own consumers. Okay, but I don't see anyone else, you offering support through anyone else, like Direct to Drive. You're going off and creating your own platform to distribute this brand new game that the livelihood of your franchise is resting on. And in the end, I don't think that's a safe move. Now, I will wholeheartedly admit I am not a large game developer. I'm not a developer at all. I'm a guy sitting in a chair in a room with a microphone and an opinion. But my opinion is so strongly that I figured I should take time out of my day to stop, make a short webcast, and send that opinion out to my friends and their friends and whoever else might be watching this or listening to it. It's just something to think about. Anyway, that is going to do it from me. I am SpaceChief. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, favorite the video, and repost it on Facebook, Twitter. Help us get our name out there. We've got a lot of stuff in store for you for week 2, episode 2. I'm going to be sitting down with someone who is potentially going to be a new permanent co-host. So it's looking like we're going to move up to 4 instead of 3, which I think is a good thing. I think the more opinions you have, the better content, the better conversation, the funnier things could happen in the end. So, that being said, I am SpaceChief. I will see you guys later on this week. Be safe, have fun, play on.